What's going on, guys? It's Doss. Welcome back to the channel. So somewhere along the process of me making an unboxing video for this brand new gimbal I lost all the footage and there's no way to get it back. Typically it's when I, have a long video. It was an in-depth video for the most part on unboxing this, and I put it on pause for a second because I had to do a couple of other videos and get those out of the way. And somewhere along the process, I lost all of that footage. So I figured since it's already pretty much set up, there's a couple of tutorials out there, might as well just do a comparison between a phone gimbal stabilizer, whatever you want to call it, and this brand new Campbell camera gimbal stabilizer. I'm not even going to cut that out. I'm going to just leave it at this point, just like my 18th take by this time. Anyway, so as you can see, there are two different sizes for the most part. These are both DJI, and this one is the DJI RSC2, the Pro combo. So this was like almost an $800 setup right here for this camera gimbal, and this thing is definitely heavy duty enough and worth it, as I believe it came with this pack. I'll show you guys in a second, which I guess that's kind of an unboxing video for the most part. But anyway, right here in this setup, I am using my piece of crap old 12 Pro Max as a decoy, so you guys can pretty much just see what this does. And then this, obviously, I have my new 4K Lumix camera right here that I've been using just for this tripod only. So tripod, yeah, basically you can call it that. Anyway, so they're both definitely different weights. This thing is pretty heavy. It definitely takes some arm strength, because when you're holding it like this, ooh, that's where a lot of the heaviness comes in. That just hurts right there all the time. I've been holding it like that. You've seen this in this clips right here. I'm showing you guys this is with this stabilizer, and it works very well. Obviously, once I figured out how to set it up, it took a little while, but the only thing about this one though is that it takes quite a bit for it to charge. It takes a while to charge this thing up, like probably like 3 or 4 times slower than this one. This one charges up pretty quick, and this one holds its charge too. They both do, but yeah, I mean, charging. They both use the same. You got the USB-C right here, so it's basically what the iPhone is using now. Well, not the iPhone, but the other end of the iPhone. Like you can see right there is there's a charger right there for this one. So basically, this thing looks a little complicated when you get it out of the, well, when you get out, if you buy the Pro combo like I did right here, you get this pack. This is where it sits. It sits just like this, but it's going to adjust depending on how you want to, on how you need to balance it. So there's videos out there on how to balance this thing when you get it. This thing is already balanced for this camera. You have to balance it for the camera, but I'll basically just kind of show you later on in this video once I'm done. But as you can see, it looks a little bit more complicated than this one does. This one is just pretty much you just unfold it, put the phone in there. Probably best to use it without the case on the phone, but I like to use my case on the phone. And you just put it in there, and that's about it. So I'm gonna turn this one on because it's pretty easy. You just tap it and then see, pretty simple for the most part, right? So you just gonna, the mode, it should turn for you. There you go. This is pretty simple, nice and lightweight. It's for your phone. You can connect you can connect your mics and have better audio or whatever. But this one, this one's pretty simple to use. You don't really have to set it up. It just kind of comes in a little pouch. Comes with a little pouch. Actually, I can show you guys that right now. Damn, this is the little pouch that it comes with, and then you get like this little string so you can carry it with you. You could put a little lanyard on here if you want to or whatever, but this thing is just pretty simple, nice and easy. This was $100, right? So that's about it. You got a little USB over there on the side in case you want to charge your phone or whatever the case is. But yeah, that's it. That's all you need. All you do is download the app that it tells you to as well, and then it's just good to go. Simple as that. Nice and lightweight. I can hold this with a finger. You got your little tripod right here, which comes off, but both have tripods, as you can see. And that's pretty much it for this one. Just nice and lightweight. So it's the same thing on this one, except this one takes a little bit to set up because you have to balance this tripod for whatever camera you have, whatever camera and lens, you have to balance it. And when it comes out of the box, it's folded, so you have to loosen this lever right here, and then you have to fold it straight up like how it's sitting right now. And then you have each individual locks on each of these little points right here. Well, there's one right there, and there's one on this one, and there's one down here at the bottom. So I'll show you what happens when you unlock it. See, it starts to do its little, well, it's not on right now, but you're unlocking all the joints. See that? Oh, there's one right there. There's 3 of them, see? And so what I mean by balancing is that you can see right now, it's just nice and loose. So you have to, look, it's about to fall off the computer. Hold on. There we go. It was getting ready to fall off the computer, sorry. Anyway, so you see how the camera is sitting like this? You see how it can sit like that? That's how you have to balance it. You need to make sure it can balance itself and stay like that. And also turn it up, flip it up too, so you can see. And it's balanced. That means it's pretty much perfectly balanced if it can stay like that. So there's already videos out there how to do it, of course. I might make a more in-depth video on how to do it, but this one is perfectly balanced for this camera. So I'm not gonna mess it up or try to move any of the joints. I just wanted to kind of compare and to show you guys that it's doable. It's definitely doable. And let me just lock these back in place for a second. There we go. But you balance it to whatever camera that is on this thing, and you should be good to go from there. Now, you do have obviously these levers right here. This is where you would loosen this, and then you could just kind of adjust it with these scales right here, or just, well, you see the markings on here as well. And this one turns on as well. Well, you know what? I didn't want to turn it on yet because I wouldn't turn it on until you unlock every lock like that. So now we can turn it on. Same thing. Oh, wrong thing. And you'll see that it turns on. It's got a screen. It has an actual screen now. Other than this one just has the little dots right here. But you can see, even though the camera's off, there you go. So this thing, once it's like this, oh, that's kind of heavy. But you get used to it, especially when you're holding it and you don't want to drop the camera or the gimbal. You don't want to drop this whole setup because, you know, it costs you like $2,000 right here, right? For the camera and the gimbal together. Well, not together, but you know what I mean. Now, I would recommend using both of these because they're both worth the money, but I typically forget about this one, to be honest, but I use this one a lot because when I'm using the camera, it's just, the camera is easier for me to use than when I'm recording with my phone right now. It's a little hard for me to transfer the videos to my computer so I can actually edit them. With the camera, it's easy because you just have an SD card, you just take it out, and then I put it in this little slot that I have. Well, there's a little slot in here I have somewhere that I use. I just plug it into the top of the computer, transfer the files over. It's way quicker than actually using the phone. So it's just, I use this one a lot more. I use this setup a lot more than this setup right here. Obviously, this phone is pretty much broken because, well, I don't know if you guys seen the video, but there's a sensor on the front that it's just, the screen is so dim, it's just not even really usable for the most part. Anyway, I just have it right here as a decoy to show you guys, but this is the actual camera I use right here, Lumix, and it's balanced. Almost fell off again, right? And you can see it's really nice. I like it. I like how it feels, except, you know, the weight, the biggest difference, and also the size as well. But we can go ahead and take a look at the pouch that it comes with right here. Remember, this is the Pro combo. So you have this nice carrying case, which, as big as that gimbal is, you do need its own carrying case. With the phone gimbal, I just put it in the pouch and I put it right here next to the camera. So I don't need another case for that, really. But this thing is so big that, well, there's a reason why it's so big. It's because you get quite a bit of stuff that comes with it. Like on the box right there, you have camera supports and all that good stuff. Just like that. So now, as you can see, we have all kinds of pieces, like all kinds of cords and everything like that. All kinds of stuff that's used with this gimbal that I haven't even really got into yet, for the most part. But as you can see, there's some chargers and all that stuff, some miscellaneous pieces for different types of camera setups or whatever you want to use. It's not just, it doesn't have to just look like this. You can definitely get it to look like a real masterpiece depending on the type of camera you have. And as you can see, here's another mount right here. It's for your phone. You can even put your phone on here as well, right? And here's the manual right here. I put the manual in there so that way I can, in case I want to try some more of the stuff out, you know, I can get into it and not just stick with one setup like that. But there's multiple different, custom setups that you can have with this. This is pretty much the setup that I'm rocking with right now. Just the camera on top, and it's pretty much the exact same look right there, as you can see. But yeah, this was no joke when it came to it. It was actually a little difficult for me to pick which one I wanted. I knew I wanted quite a bit of stuff that came with it as well, because I mean, you just gotta have options. See, here's all your connectors for multiple different types of cameras. You can connect your camera and let it charge or do whatever you want it to do right here on the front. If I can get it to turn for you, right here on this front bar right here, you got your camera connectors. This one's not connected, obviously, because the camera's not even turned on, so I don't even need to do that. Right here is where you would put your support that's in here as well. You put it on the front of you put it on the bottom of your camera lens for extra support, but this camera is not in need of it because it doesn't have a heavy lens. It would just support your lens and help the whole tripod out itself, or the gimbal out itself, I'm sorry. But yeah, as you can see, it's already losing a little bit of battery life. But these buttons, the record button will obviously work when you connect your camera to the gimbal. And this thing is just smooth. Once you do have it set up, I mean, it takes a little bit because, pretty much what you have to do is you have to fold it. You have to unfold it, right? Because it'll be folded this part. You just loosen this up and then fold it up right this way. And then you have to get your camera and get this plate right here. This plate on the bottom that screws into the camera. Slide that into this plate right here, and then slide that plate onto this piece, which is already all together. And then from there, you're just gonna have to balance it. There's videos out there already. I know mine would probably not even be anywhere near as good as those, but I had one and I lost the footage. But I just wanted to show you guys the comparison between these two, and yeah, they're both definitely worth the money. This was about $100, and this was about $800 with the whole setup. I got all the connections and everything for different types of cameras and whatever I need. So I don't use this that much, but I mean, maybe whenever I remember, I will. This one, I'm gonna be honest, this is just definitely worth it, because when you're using the camera, it's just so much better to just have those nice still shots. On the phone, you get a little bit of an excuse because nobody even really knows that these exist, but people know that these exist, right? You have all those still shots and whatnot. With the actual camera, professional camera, it just looks so much better. The phone is kind of like doing kind of like this, but either way, I really have no excuse to have any type of, non-still shots like I'm doing right now. But it's all good though, because I needed a decoy to show you guys these gimbals. So hope you guys found this video to be educational, I guess, for the most part. But these are the two gimbals. They're both DJI. You can find them on the DJI website, of course. And yeah, they're both nice. They're both definitely worth the money. And I will keep making videos with both of these. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. So take a quick look at them out of the box. And that's it.